So what's up? So this is gonna be rehearsing for day 332 of consistently helping people build consistency. Hi, I'm Laksana, just an average person trying to be consistent, and I want to be the best at helping people build consistency. That's why I need to rehearse consistently in order to improve my English, to be able to speak more clearly, and also to understand and master the script that I'm going to be giving on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, currently I rehearse because there are so many mistakes that I can improve in my speech. Okay, so on today's video, on today's live stream, I'm going to be rehearsing the script of 1 week experiment. So how do we actually be consistent at doing positive things like exercising, studying, and meditating? Actually, I argue one of the best ways is to basically use the first week, okay, just do the thing for 1 week and use it as an experiment for us. So when we are trying to be consistent at doing something, we are definitely going to be having a plan. We are going to create a system. Because hey, we do not want to just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna exercise every single day, because that's just really unclear, and clarity is not really good in order to sorry, I'm currently not really feeling that ready right now. I kind of have some throatage for some reason. And yeah, when we are trying to be consistent at doing something, it's really good for us to actually have a plan. How many minutes we are going to be doing our exercise, when are we going to be doing our exercise, what type of exercise that we are going to be doing. It's just really good when we have a really clear plan, because it really helps us in being consistent. Well, I've explained this so many times in my previous videos, so I'm not going to get into that part here. And I'm just going to assume that we are all going to agree that in order to be consistent at doing something, we need to be having a plan. Okay, we need to be having a plan, an exercising plan, and a studying plan, and lots of other plans. But here's the thing: when we are trying to create a system, a plan, right, there are going to be lots of challenges, lots of obstacles. Let's say, I don't know, we want to set a system that, hey, I need to exercise, I need to do a 5 minutes morning run every single 5 a.m., every 5 a.m. every single day. Okay? There will be, let's just be realistic, okay? If it's really that easy to just basically have a goal and execute it, everyone will be consistent right now. But in reality, even if we have a really good plan, a really clear plan, there are still going to be obstacles. Okay, there are still going to be obstacles in doing those things. So, for example, a 5 a.m. morning routine, morning run, we are going to be feeling sleepy, maybe. Okay, we are feeling sleepy. We choose to just sleep again and not do our thing. Okay, we fail our plan. Or another example, when we just want to be consistent at running, having some evening run, okay? Evening run at 5 p.m. every single day, another obstacle arise, okay? 5 p.m. every single day, we are already exhausted because we need to go to school before we go to the run, okay? We need to go to work first, and we are already exhausted. We have spent like 8 hours doing our thing, and now we need to exercise. And yeah, that kind of obstacles might have just comes out. Okay, so here's the thing: most people, they plan their systems, their plan, they set some goals without having any realistic outlook, without having any realistic evaluation, realistic projection of how this would look like in reality. Because it feels so good to just write the goal of, oh yeah, 5 minutes of running at 5 a.m. and imagine ourselves actually being out there at 5 a.m. doing our running, doing our goal. But when it comes to actually executing the goal, actually executing the routine, it won't always feel really that fun. It won't really feel always that easy every single time of the time, every single time we do it. In reality, again, we might actually feel sleepy at 5 a.m. We just want to sleep again, or maybe like getting distracted by social media and not do our thing and just scroll Instagram in our bed for hours and hours and hours. We do not want that to happen, right? So basically, the first week of trying to build a new habit, we need to just use it as an experimentation phase, an exploration phase, okay? We just need to use different ways, experiment with different ways in trying to do the habit. For example, try to do the habit in a different time of the day. On day one, you try to do it on the morning. On day two, you do it on the evening, and just look at the results. And also, maybe you can also try it with different duration. Okay, what feels realistic. So, for example, try 5 minutes of studying, and then the next day try 10 minutes of studying. The next day try 15 minutes of studying. Okay, we just try to use different ways in doing this habit, and we are going to be writing down all the pros and cons of doing this habit. Okay, doing this habit on with using different ways. Write down what feels realistic, what doesn't feel realistic, what isn't realistic, what, and also like all the expected challenges that might arise, that might appear, like as I've said before, right? 5 a.m. we might feel like we are sleepy and not wanting to do our thing. And also ask ourselves, how do we plan to manage those obstacles, since we know that, oh yeah, you know what, if I go at 5 a.m. to my running at 5 a.m., I might feel sleepy, okay? And when I'm feeling sleepy, I might choose to just sleep again and not do my thing. That's really realistic, okay? Just be realistic here. What are going to be the possible obstacles, and how do we actually manage? How are we going to manage to tackle it, okay? Sorry. So for example, if you wanted to tackle the obstacles of, feeling sleepy, you might actually use the counterbalance to just set some motivational music during the day, during the morning, in order to make yourself more awake. So the thing that we are going to be doing here, after we try to experiment for 1 week, after we try to, just look at the pros and cons of every different ways that we are trying to do this habit, we are going to be creating our plan based on the evaluation, based on all the data information that we have gathered. Okay, so for example, I found after 1 week of experimentation, I found that the best way for myself, to do my morning run routine, is to basically just do it in the morning, okay, at 5 a.m. every single day, and I need to be listening to my favorite motivational song first, okay, in order to keep me awake. So basically, why this is going to be effective is that precisely one, we are not only creating a system, we are creating a routine that we create ourselves, and also this is a system, a plan that we have tested and proven to be realistic. Okay, we have experienced firsthand that, this is something is realistic. Actually, this is something that, I've tried personally myself, and I already take notes of it, and I already evaluate it. And here's the thing. We are also already have a good expectation of what's going to come. Okay, or you know what? Yeah, this is the expected obstacle when I'm trying to do my morning routine is that I'm going to be feeling sleepy. Or yeah, the expected obstacle when I'm trying to do my evening run is that I'm going to feeling exhausted. I'm going to be feeling exhausted because I have already spent my time, my energy, 8 hours on my work. So stuff like that.